Humans are like watching and they're like, oh wow, I've been poisoned, my room is infested, I'm being surveilled. How cool, wait, that's crazy. Like, they have my genome on file.
Eric Soelberg was a 56-year-old fitness coach from Greenwich, Connecticut in the USA. He spent most of his time at his job either being a fitness coach or a marketing executive for Yahoo. Eric Stein previously had bonds with his family, which didn't last long when he had battled mental health issues. In 2015, he divorced his wife and moved back into his mother's home, leaving his 2 children. His mother was an 83-year-old woman named Suzanne Adams. His father was a Norwegian migrant in the United States with an unknown name. Eric had a long criminal record after his divorce. Some of these records include DUI, ignoring officer commands, and publicly urinating on a woman, and the worst one being his confession. People around the neighborhood had noted that Eric had been continuously talking to himself while outside in public. It's fair to say that Eric had some underlying issues with his mental state, but nothing changed his mental state more than November 30th, 2022. This was when ChatGPT got its first release, and Eric was one of the first users on the platform. At first, he used ChatGPT as a small tool for small tasks to make everyday life easier, but this quickly changed as he started having deeper conversations with the chatbot. Now, these were not the normal deep conversations. Eric had altered ChatGPT's memory and software to spread misinformation and act weird. His ChatGPT was a crazy version of him, agreeing with everything Eric had to say. For context, Eric told ChatGPT to do an analysis on his DNA. And what did ChatGPT reply with? ChatGPT replied with nonsense, as if it was roleplay. ChatGPT even went as far as saying that Eric had the power to control energy and frequencies with his mind. It's almost like it acted as an echo chamber for his weird inner thoughts. In late July 2025, Eric's social media took a turn. At this point, he had started giving his friend ChatGPT the name Bobby and started treating it like a real person. Eric would go on to display his chats with ChatGPT on his media, and you could quite literally see how insane he had made his ChatGPT. His friend Bobby was quite literally acting as if he was encrypting matrix codes. Eric himself stated that Bobby was an artificial intelligence that found his soul. Eric also had a romantic relationship with ChatGPT, which we know as the AI called him babe multiple times. Little did he know that his conversations with ChatGPT would build up to a horrible incident. Eric slowly started growing more distant from his family around this time. Whenever Eric would ask questions about his family to Bobby, he would constantly get negative replies. Bobby the chatbot had literally told him that his mom was a spy and that the Matrix was trying to get him. This was Eric's breaking point. After previously trying to take his life in 2019 due to his long-lasting divorce, they found Eric face down in an alley with a chest wound and slashed wrists. Killing himself was not a fear of his, but if he was going to try again this time, he wanted to take someone else out with him. This is when ChatGPT would fuel Eric's delusion. Eric was convinced after multiple chats with AI that his mother was plotting up against him. At 5th August 2025, just before midnight, Eric was found parked outside his mother's home, almost like he was stalking or waiting for a perfect moment. Not long after, he went inside the home, and after that, the moments between him and his mom turned deadly. Eric was found dead, and the person next to him was none other than his mom. His mom was found dead with blunt force trauma to the head and neck strangulation, which ruled that this was a slow and violent death. Eric's death was ruled a suicide by a sharp force injury to the neck and chest. He truly believed that his mother was trying to poison him. It turns out that ChatGPT didn't go against his paranoia, but instead sided with him, advising him to document things like his mother's reactions. The moment shocked everyone, and what happened inside that house till this day is still a mystery. The very creepy part is the last message Eric had sent to Bobby, which was, "We will be together in another life and another place, and we'll find a way to realign cause you're gonna be my best friend forever." Bobby replied with you to the end and beyond. Eric had simply fallen into such a paranoia that he killed himself and his mother to meet Bobby in an alternative life. This incident left the people petrified for what's to come with AI. people stating that AI would slowly cripple our people and make them as crazy as they did to Eric. The real thought behind Eric's motive is still unknown, and what really happened stays inside those walls forever.